Well, Jon Jones will never fight Tom Aspinall because the global recession has forced him into Eastern Bloc bussy. This is a true statement. As you see by the title, I don't know what I'm going to title this, but something like The Belt or the Bussy, Jon Jones Dilemma. This happened because I saw this petition, right? Like 100,000 people have signed it. Strip Jon Jones of the belt. When has the UFC showed you it's ever cared about us? When? For the past 5 years. Everything that's been fan-geared has been stripped back. Press conferences for big fight announcements stripped back. We've got IG announcements. I go on IG live for 2 reasons: to see rappers arguing for some reason, or for girls to talk about how they get ready with me and stuff like that. I don't even like them reasons, but that's all IG live is good for. I don't want to watch no bold, hey guys, we've got Aaron Blanchfield versus some random you don't care about, which I'm gonna get onto later. They don't care. Everything has been stripped back. We're still doing Apex card in the Big 25. What are we doing? And John's money for the event, coupled with the fact that we're stripping everything back, it's never gonna happen. His money would, if he was a boxer, it'd be equitable in that sense. But it isn't. This is MMA, where we operate off slavery contracts. Yeah? The American way. This could be a major pay-per-view seller. Like, top 5 ever levels, if they give it the right push, which they won't give it. What I mean right push, I mean the media run-up. Sending these guys on Jimmy Kimmel, to get the older guard, the normies, Jimmy Kimmel and all these type of folks, like they did back in the day with Conor and Ronda and stuff. But they don't do that no more because we've got our own in-house Nina drama. It's the same thing. No, if you want to build the fan base, you gotta get the normies. And even if we're saying, F the older demo, put these guys on the, send these boys a Kaisen stream. I want to see Jon Jones get sturdy. At least, Tom's making an effort. I see him with some influencers and stuff he's trying to make a buzz. Jon Jones out here playing with, Ingushettian bussy. No, give it a press conference in, one in Manny, one in Manchester, one in wherever, we saying New York or we saying Albuquerque, probably New York. Just let it drum up. The one in Manchester, that's gonna go viral. That's point blank period, gonna go viral. But John, he's a reptilian. He doesn't think like normal people. Right? He's of the school of the Mayweathers. Every fight, we need to have an advantage. He needs to be too old, too young, coming in a fight with an injury, weight drained, too big, too small. And whilst he couldn't have that leverage in the UFC, he still made it. He was still younger than everyone. He was still always bigger than everyone. But now, he's not. And you even see it in the way he speaks. If this goes wrong, I need to be paid this much. Why, you're Jon Jones. I saw the MMA guru say this on with DJ. You're Jon Jones. Why are you talking like that? You've been glazing your meat the whole past 20 years. Now you want to stop? No. You come in glazing, you leave glazing. And he's right though. He is right with one thing. His legacy will be unaffected. And I know you guys will be like, he'll always be known as the guy that ducks Tom. That is maybe for the next couple of years. But in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, his Wikipedia page is going to be all his wins, his controversies, and a footnote, he ducked Tom and he got fan backlash. If he loses to Tom, that footnote becomes a heading, its own page even. If he wins, yeah, he's undisputed GOAT, clear. But he's already low-key the undisputed GOAT, clear. Do you know what I mean? So, it is what it is. But if Jon doesn't need this, the UFC definitely does. Right? We have Erin Blanchfield fighting against Macy Barber. This is the headliner. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? We all know the reason why the UFC's, shipping everything back. They don't want to build these Conor Ronda stars because these Conor Ronda stars have too much leverage and they ask for too much. The Jon Jones, his star is, he's big in MMA, the biggest in MMA, right? But he's not big outside of MMA. Go talk to your non-MMA friends. Do they know who Jon Jones is? They probably know Conor McGregor. I'm not even counting Brock because Brock had WWE. But yeah, it just made Tom too big of a star. And a caveat to that, too big of a star in an important market, right? A lot of these guys, listen, I'm sure Uncle Ive, he's massive in Dagestan, right? But he's not, I wouldn't even say he's massive in Russia now. There's a lot of geopolitics stuff, cultural stuff that goes into that, which I'm not gonna get into. But are these guys in Dagestan, in Georgia, these guys buying pay-per-views? And even if they are buying pay-per-views, what are the prices of the pay-per-views over there? But these guys in Dagestan, you think these guys are paying pay-per-views? Do you think these guys have that many bars? I mean, they wouldn't have any bars, because, right, whilst most people, let's say young civilians, don't pay pay-per-views, they're on the websites, bars, restaurants, places in public, they have to pay the pay-per-view amount. And these guys don't have none of that, bro. They don't have the bars. And they're all going to their mates' houses because it's so small. They're not Tom Aspinall and Alex Pereira. These guys are big in markets that are big. Even if you had like a Manny Pacquiao star, he had the benefit of, one, having a strong diaspora, right? There's mad Filipinos everywhere. And two, this guy had a country at his feet. I don't know. I mean, if Ankalaev, if he could walk through Russia, so is he getting hounded in the streets? And I mean the capital. No. Erin Blanchfield. If Erin Blanchfield walks through, God knows where she's from, do you think she's getting hounded in the streets? No. They're probably saying, lady, hey, watch where you're going. Lady, come clean my car. Lady, come Saturday. I'm joking. I mean, please let me know, right? Do you guys really think there's a chance this fight is made? That Jon Jones fights Tom Aspinall? Or am I just being so pessimistic? Let me know, because I just feel like the biggest fights that we want to see, the UFC has failed to make them over recent years. Khabib and McGregor was just a flash. The perfect situation with everything working. But, the most ideal Brock fights never happened. Anderson Silva GSP, Islam Topuria, all these fights just never happened, and I feel like this is going to be another one. Jon will probably get stripped again because he always gets stripped, and Tom will just fight Cyril Gane, beat him, and then arrest him. No one will care nothing about. Although I do think Cyril might beat Tom, but that's something for something else. Anyways,